Alright everybody, welcome back to Watching Walford. Today we're here to talk to you about Wednesday the 21st of June 2023 episode, where it is finally revealed that Rose Knight is Cindy Beale. What are your thoughts, Piggy?
Holy shit. I was wrong. I thought there was going to be a new character, not a legacy character, because she is a legacy character. If anyone from post-2000s is not a legacy character, it's everyone from the 80s and 90s. In the 2030s, then it'll be 2000s or 2010s of legacy characters. Just putting it out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's a legacy character. Woohoo. Welcome back, Cindy Beale. You look old.
She does look quite old.
She looks like she's been smoking fags for non-stop since she left the show. Just been
obviously the first thing to talk about is the fact that she looks old. No, it's a really big deal. It's a huge deal. I was explaining this to Piggy on the live stream that we did on the channel. We'll be able to watch that back. Just skip to the end and see what we think when she actually appears, because holy shit, it's Cindy Beale. She was in the show for 10 years, was Ian's most famous wife, and is where Ian had like pretty much all his kids. Like, the fact that they did this and pulled it off means that when she comes back to the square, she isn't just gonna affect like Kathy. She's gonna affect George, she's gonna affect Anna and Gina, and she's gonna affect Elaine and Linda, as now suddenly there's more familial ties. It's what they needed to do, and they did it wonderfully. But let's just kind of cycle through what happened in the episode. This episode was kind of just in two parts, really. It was mostly just the Panasars trying to recover from, obviously, the revelation that Sookie and Eve were having an affair. Vinny spotted it, and then slowly Sookie realizes, yo, Vinny. Well, Vinny hears that Finley's found his necklace, and Sookie essentially goes, were you fucking calf? Were you careful? Did you, like, take all the precautions? No fingerprints, no nothing. And he's like, I don't know. So Sookie gets Ravi involved to sort the mess, which was unexpected. I feel like Ravi and Sookie, especially with their checkered past, feels like it's always really strange when they actually try work together. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it is very weird. Obviously I don't know much about Cindy Beale. I don't care about Cindy Beale. My theory was that was someone new, because clearly the way the world is, it's nostalgia based. So welcome back, Cindy. Sorry, I was just distracted. I was reading the Instagram comments. I think they all seem to be very positive.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, except for one person commented, which I want to read out, if you don't mind me reading this out.
Yep, go on.
Bobby killed Cindy's daughter, aka Anna's half-sister. Imagine the drama when she finds out how close they are.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You fucking killed my half-sister, you cunt. How could you?
Using the word that YouTube hates, love to see it.
We're not monetized yet. I can swear all I like.
Yeah, but what happens when YouTube looks through all the past things and goes, oi? But regardless, they will. But as our little domestic subsides, and obviously the other part is Phil does some digging, and Richie has some favors with the Spanish police and goes, hey, who is Rose Knight? And they go, listen, alright, she is alive. And then Phil tells George, and then, he basically lets Linda know a little bit, but not enough to fully cement it. So when it is just Phil and George, Phil fills him in like, yo, this is what's fucking happening, lads. She is alive. There's a chance. And then in the final scenes of the episode, George goes to the jukebox, nearly having a meltdown, plays Kiss from a Rose by Seal, which buckled me. It feels too on the nose. If your name is Rose, you can't be having your song be Kiss from a Rose. That's just fucking shit. It was quite hammy even for EastEnders standards, but you know what? Fine, I'll accept it. Mostly because obviously George rings his phone, and then you slowly you see a hand, you then see from a distance, and then you see a close-up of Cindy Beale, credited as Cindy Beale. So no like pretense there. Glad that they did put it in the credits, as some people just wouldn't know who that was. Because ultimately, a lot of people who were watching in the 90s who haven't decided to catch up on like UK TV Gold, you know, most people didn't really catch much of the 90s EastEnders. It was a change of it was a change of guard as such, you know. The Mitchells came in, it became a little bit more gangster like oriented, you know, rather than the rather like slice of life, like, oh, the price of bread, that's crazy, isn't it? You know, it was a lot more quaint, and it turned a bit more like soap opera as such. So Cindy Beale is important. One thing people are quite scared about, they're quite worried that Cindy's not gonna last very long on the show. They're quite worried that Cindy's probably going to be there for like 3 years maximum. Mostly just judging on the fact that she was there for 10 years. She was asked to film some scenes afterwards. She said, nah, I'm good. And then when she was on Coronation Street, she was there for about 2 years or so. It wasn't a particularly long time, especially in terms of soap opera. So that's what some people are worried about. But they've nailed it so far. They did a good job of making George seem dodgy, but now you realise that George doesn't fucking know anything. George has internalized this trauma of saying, don't you fucking come back, I never want to see you again. And she went, well, it's not you, it's me. My daughter's just died, probably. So, fundamentally, pretty badass shit. And the next question, what the fuck happens tomorrow? As tomorrow's extended as well. Is Cindy getting brought in? Or is someone actually going to make contact with her? Is there a chance that, say, Peter gets Ian to call Bobby, and Bobby's at the same, like, a villa, or wherever they are? It's building to some really cool scenes.
I think this is filmed in France. I think that's the bit that I assume was filmed in France. I
assume it was filmed in France, but it's now being framed as it's in Spain. So
yeah,
I think if we like update it, I think that's what's happening. Do you have much else to say about this piggy before we cut this short?
I just want to say, could you imagine, right? So say you're dating a woman called Rose Knight. Could you imagine you've known her as Rose Knight for your entire life?
Yeah.
Like, since you met her, and then like some bald bastard comes up to you and goes, you know, Rose Knight wasn't real. That wasn't her name. That would break you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, entirely.
The woman you knew didn't exist.
You raised a family with her.
But surely when they got married, surely the priest would be like, I need to see your birth cert, wouldn't he? To know, like, you're a Catholic. To know you're a Catholic or a Protestant or a Christian or...
No, I mean, I don't think you need to. I'd imagine, if it is the story that they faked her death, they will have faked documents to suggest that she was Rose Knight. That's what we'd imagine, so she would have just given the fake document. It's not fake, it would have been a real one, pretty much. It's just the fact that she doesn't technically exist.
It's just, how does... I'm not trying to, like, fat-shaming Beale, but, like, he's a very thick square in a very thin jigsaw puzzle. You know what I mean? Because you have George the long piece, Cindy the side piece, and then you have, like, this giant block in the middle that is just Ian Beale, where the fuck does he fit in? Like, you're shoving him into all the holes, but he just won't fit. You're just shoving it. Yeah, no, he won't go in the corner. He won't go in this corner. Bollocks this. And then you throw the jigsaw away because it's fucking shit.
It's a very particular set of circumstances. It's very convenient if it does seem to be the case that somehow Ian's found Cindy, but George hasn't. Yeah. But regarding the leaks, because obviously we don't know if the leaks are true. Again, I said take it with a pinch of salt, but Ash went, no, it's fucking true, shut up. And now it's obviously come out that it's probably not true. But I can definitely see them going with a storyline where Cindy cock blocks Ian, because essentially every woman has cock blocked Ian that Ian has met out with. Have essentially cock blocked them. And then Cindy's like, George, you can take me back. This is me. I'm Cindy Beale. Or whatever her birth name was. Her birth name wasn't Cindy Beale. That would be weird. I think it was like Cindy Williams or something.
Yeah, my name's Cindy Williams. George, look, I'm sorry I lied to you, but my daughter fucking died. Bobby B killed her. And I had to run away because of... Like, it's just... No.
Yeah, I'd say. Those could lead to some really poignant scenes if they give them the time. Like, I want a full episode dedicated to when Cindy comes back, explaining to George and the girls why she had to leave. Yeah, because if they don't explain it like that, she's just gonna be a dick. She's just a prick. Like
I don't know why, but it's funny imagining George, you know, like in the Beale house, like it's a fucking clubhouse. I'm just imagining him. He's ringing the doorbell. He's just ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Bobby opens it. Boom! He just hits him in the face. He's like, "Fuck you, you cunt!" He just punches him in the face. You ruined my life. And Bobby's like, "Oh, I didn't do anything." I don't know why. Just seeing Bobby get punched in the face by George would be funny.
Yeah, and with that said, I think that's just about enough of our speculation for the George and Cindy Knight case. Cindy Beale is back. How is she gonna interact with all the characters? Is she coming back to the square just yet? Only time will tell, but there's one more episode and it's extended, and we will be live at 7:30 tomorrow to make sure, or today if I get this out late, but it should be out in time, 7:30, to see the extended episode and a little bit more information about Cindy being back. I've been Ash from Watching Walford, and I've been joined by Piggy.
Yeah, I've been residing to the graveyard where Bobby will be, and George finds out that it's all Bobby Beale's fault, even though it's not. Poor Bobby Beale. Hopefully nothing bad happens to him. So yeah, follow us on Twitch, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, follow us, I already said Twitter, Instagram and Twitch.
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Subscribe to us on YouTube at Watching Walford on all platforms, because honestly it's pathetic, no one took our name. I've been joined by Ash, you've already known, you've heard of him, so let's just ignore that wanker. I've been Piggy, residing from Bobby's graveyard. I hope to see you on the next one. And just for all you fans out there who like my catchphrase, fuck you, Cindy Beale.